Good morning, everybody, and I'll see if I can stay off the microphone wherever it may be. And we're going to start off with this image right here, and this is an image that was shot inside Creveling, and I'm going to guess your white balance was not set. The image has shifted to some really hard yellow, and I've seen all kinds of pictures inside this room from all times of the day, and it's possible to shoot in here, even though it is one of the hardest of situations when you've got overhead light and a lot of windows. But I took this photo already, and I took it into Photoshop, and I'll take you through it step by step what I did. There it is when it's open. But no, I just did a few things. Here's curves, and I just thought, okay, what can I do in curves? In curves, I obviously took out a bit of the yellow. I may have lightened up the shadows a little bit. Then I went into hue saturation. In hue saturation, you can target color. What did I target here? I targeted the yellow because the yellow was a little bit, so I probably selected yellow, probably from the table or from this back here, to dampen it. If you got it to here, that's not bad, but there's still a lot of like shift in the greens and stuff, though. These things might just be that color, because remember that could be there. But anyway, hue saturation, what did I change? It's subtle, but you can see a little back here. I was hunting for the blue because I thought the sweater had a little bit of blue. And then again, I went after the greens to see if I could knock the greens down a little bit more. And I went back to curves and then just lightened up the image a little bit. That may be a little too much. That's neither here nor there, but if we start here and we get to here, this is pretty good. Now, if there's a way to record all of these steps, like if you did this with actions and you said, I've got a bunch of pictures I need to do to fix exactly the same way with exactly the same problem. You could make a recording using the actions. I mean, you can see I've made a few. You can make a recording. Just go to up here, new action, give your recording a title, or just name it action. And then every step that you do to fix an image that it is in the same light, same situation, same kind of thing, you can hit the action and it'll do it immediately. So just a tip, but you've got this shift in all of your pictures, and maybe it's not the same shift, like that's very, very yellow and almost to an orange. This is swinging more toward red. I mean, you can see where the struggle's coming from. This is daylight. That just looks like an overexposed green, but it looks like it's in the right tone. Your camera was not shifting or auto-coloring to the environment you were in. I mean, you can see that in every image that you've got. So the effort needs to be made. Like if we take this image into Photoshop again, here's auto-color. Auto-color made it a little darker. Curves, I'll lighten it up a little, hunt for the red because I think the red's an infection here. Lighten up a little more, maybe add some black to get some contrast, and then maybe drop a little bit, maybe add some yellow. And so what we've done is we've thrown a lot of blue into this picture, because by subtracting the red, that adds cyan. If you play with the blue channel, you're playing with blue and yellow. So it's maybe just go hunt for it, because you know the chair's not blue. Go into hue saturation, which is Command U. If you click and try and select a color when it's on default, it won't do it. It doesn't select a color. It's selecting colors up here, but it's not going to select a color to see if you can't manipulate it. So change it to any other one. So I mean, I'll just do Command 3, and then I'll get red and yellows and greens and cyan. So you pick any color, doesn't matter. Now use the dropper and go find, say you want to take some of the blue out of the black. you select that, the blue, and see now it tells you you're working with cyan. Just move it around. There's some blues over there, but it's that's in the background. This is all cyan. Cyan, oh, there's some blue. Is one of the colors that gets into a lot of it gets us into a lot of trouble. And you can either use the hue to see if you can find it. See, it's only affecting the cyan color. You see the other colors aren't manipulating. Anywhere there's cyan in the picture, it's being affected. And you can also reduce it or darken it. I'm going to think that maybe his hoodie is a neutral. So I think we're getting closer there. And then maybe we just go back into curves, isolate the midtones by clicking and holding there, and then raising up the shadow a little bit. This is preview, that's before and after. And that's not bad. That's not bad, maybe a little less. And there you go. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So there's the open, auto color, curves, hue saturation, and just a little bit of curves to finish it. So these pictures are reachable, but you have to take the time to get them to where they're publishable. To fix this, white balance the room. You got to find a neutral in the room. You can. Sometimes I walk up to the back of people on where they don't know, and I'll just take an image of their back when I'm doing a white balance set. If they're the clothes that they're wearing are neutral, so it could mean anywhere from white to black in the gray spectrum. You can use, if the table's white, the table would be a good thing to measure. And what that does is it just tells your camera the white balance of the room that you're in, without having to try and set it with one of those god-awful auto settings that come with the cameras. This one would have been an easy one to fix. If that's on a white table. And if it's as easy as I think it is, let's go to edit this. Curves, select the gray middle. Maybe not as easy as I thought it would be, but maybe go to white and say this is white. If it was truly a yellow table, that's weird. But look how much blue got added. And I'm going to add some more. I still don't think that we have tables that color, but you know, I might be wrong. Here we go. We have got an Armenian market slug. What do we have here from Anastasia? Traditional Armenian dance during the Armenian market at Galloway Plaza on PCC campus. I don't know, where is it? Is our plaza called the Galloway Plaza? That is the first time I've heard that name. How long have I been teaching here? So nice. It's a nice picture. It's nicely composed in the sense that you've got some people over here, very distant, and this action here is nice. If you were to crop it to use the rule of thirds, you could go like that, put him on the crosshair, and that probably builds a little better than just straight up centered. Just saying. Crop, definitely crop. You don't need all the building in the back. The building, that blue is nice back there, but your image is not up there. It's right here. You can keep all the people, keep the swinging flag, and even you can even go to the top of the tents if you feel that you want to keep that in. But building's not complete, so that really there's nowhere you need to be other than down to the action. Yeah, your photos are loose. I don't know what's going on here. Get tight on these. This is a loose shot. Same thing. It's a bullseye picture right in the middle. Work on composition. Get tighter for this shot. Still an Armenian market. Getting covers off of trays. Looks like they're fighting for it. It's like, no, no, no. You're not supposed to take it off that way. You bent it. It's a strange amount of appreciation to be looking at a lot of metal. Wow, nicest pile of aluminum I've ever seen. Good. I'd crop a little tighter. As far as one thing, it's crooked. The image is a little sloped to the left. You got an opening right here. If you had a shot where you're looking inside, instead of having the biggest parts of the image being from behind, the image stands out better. The action's really interesting to look at, but it could be better shot if you were over to the right a little bit, or if that circle moves, then wait for the circle to open up. Must be a demonstration. Good. Same guy. Pick one. Same idea. Crop. Definitely crop. Your image is right in here. Pay attention to the cropping always. Do not get lazy. This is a well shot all around, but the images that are cropped well are good. This one could be cropped tighter. I don't think this needed to be all the way from the knot to the bottom. You can, I don't really know how you get around that. I don't see a crop that works. I mean, if this is the action, can you go there? That's not bad. You kind of lose something, but having that thing hanging from nowhere makes this photo problematic. Just pay attention to the cropping. There's one that I don't even know if that was cropped. 50 millimeter lens. Yeah, you're probably not. Yeah, okay. Anyway, baseball playoffs from Justice, game 1, game 2, question mark, playoff, baseball playoff ahead. Oh, very good. Easy read. Flowers, I think this is our scene. I think I would prefer the flowers be a little more bold. Like a 155 millimeter lens means you're probably using a lens that's zoomed. Is it CR6? I don't know what lens you have, but if you've got a lens that's longer and the foreground of the butterfly is what you want, you may need to step back a little bit further to add the compression and still get your goals. So you can bring these two elements closer together, but the flowers are kind of far in the background, and if the flowers were your intent, then they are incomplete. And if you think about that, does this look like a photo of the flowers or a out of focus butterfly? So your intent has to be clear. Another way you could have framed this is to move over and to just use the V of the butterfly to put the flowers like growing out of the middle of it. I don't know. I mean, there's ideas. This is from Lamar. There's the roses that he wasn't sure what they are. I don't know what they are. Roses are by any other name. This is from Raleigh, an explosion of color. Nice looking picture. Again, here's what we do when we get a chance. That's not bad. I like the wall as a separator from two different types of life. Very good. Nicely composed. It's a beautiful picture. Nice color all around. Everything in there has intent. Nicely done. This is from Justice. Looks like it could be the same garden, but that works better than the other one. I mean, if the foreground element was not in the other one, it would have been a little far, but getting closer is always a good idea. Looking to see what else you get from this one. Lamar, that's nice. That looks good. Yeah, I've got mixed feelings about bougainvillea, but did you call this bougainvillea? The bougainvillea, there it is. Yeah, it's a pretty plant, but I think I've got some of these spines have jabbed into the cartilage of my knuckles, and I swear they've caused my hands pain. So yeah, there, love-hate. Nice contrast of color. Very good. Shallow depth of field. Find your focal point. That's good. When you do that, pay attention to the other stuff that you are getting in your focal point. Like this is in your focal point, this is in your focal point, these are in your focal point, but there's your shot. This is nitpicky, but just realize that there's a slice of focus in depth of focus. And so when that slice is there, you got to pay attention to what's also in the slice. And if you don't need it, don't keep it. So this could be croppable. You can still keep your intent. Whoop, did I not get a crop? I didn't. You can still keep your intent. But maybe there's a way to get everything you want without something that's not needed. Still a pretty picture, with all of it in there, but with just paying attention to what lands inside that focal point zone is something to, add to your instincts. There we go. We're getting closer. And this is an opportunity that may be better if you would have not kept the roof in the shot, like got a little taller. This looks like you might have been kneeling down. To get the contrast of the purple against the dark. It still shows up. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. I'm just saying it works better if the contrast is obvious. The white of the roof is contrasting with the purple enough to where it obscures your intent. These, I am afraid, are not sharp. If we zoom, which you probably are going to go, no, don't zoom. This is the look where you are sharp. It's back here. We don't have any camera information, so we are not sure what the problem may be. Maybe your camera doesn't focus this close. Maybe the lens doesn't, the camera would. But the leaves look nice. Red in this type of really bright, direct sun is really hard to photograph. I don't know what it is. I think red is one of the goofier colors to photograph in the spectrum, because it really doesn't ever feel like it exposed right, especially red roses. They're really hard to expose perfectly. And if they're being lit by something, whether it be a speed light or the sunlight, uh, the guess is on. When there's no direct light, when it's a nice overcast sky or you're using ambient light, they pop. But yeah, it's hard when there's light on them. That's nice. That's really nice. Nicely shot. It's good. It's a borderline literal. Like, here are roses, but you've got something going on in the background, which takes this one step further, which is nice. Nicely framed, nicely timed. Happy accident? Okay, that's okay with me. Happy accidents happen all the time. Sometimes that's what makes great photographers great, is that their photos are oftentimes accidents, but greatness also means that you had to be in the right place for the accident to happen. So nicely done. Oh, look at that. We've got the first bee. Nobody else got a bee yet. Nice. Bees are also hard to photograph. They oftentimes look blurry. Oh, spoke too soon. Look who else got a bee. That's nice. There we go. You're getting closer. So, you could have almost led with this rather than the other one. If your photos are just in sequence and that's how you numbered them, so be it. That's what you do. But yeah. Good. Focus is a little better. These look like they might be soft. I don't know. Flowers sometimes look blurry just because. Nice crusty rose. Looks like it has lost its prime. Nice shot, though. That is a literal picture of roses. They're pretty, but literal. That is a literal picture of roses, too, but wow. That's really nice. That's a photographer's intent. That's really nice. Yeah, I really like that. That's beautiful. All right, Lamar, that looks like you've got some nice contrast between the green and the white. Um, I've been commenting a lot on the literal aspects that Anastasia has been doing. All of your pictures are literal pictures of flowers without really taking it into account that layers and information are key. To great pictures. These are good pictures when they're sharp. They're great. They're better than, at least better than good. But, pay attention to what you're saying with your pictures and with your photography. The literal aspect of this is not necessarily the goal of any assignment that we're giving. We're trying to see if you can see more than just what is in front of you. And then we've got a flower on a design. Raleigh warned us about this. All the other photos are great, but it's the way to interpret. This is from Anastasia. The light's nice, though I don't know if you could have gotten rid of the glare. I think the glare or the flare here, it's almost like you got all of the elements. Like these look like spheres. The flare has washed out the base of the image, and it looks like it could be better. That's good. Oh, Legos come through. Good stuff. And then there are flowers everywhere. French film from Camille or Cami. Nice. Overall of the room. If that's the International Center, then what are we looking at in that other other room that was so plain. This looks nice. Very good. C'est la vie. Good. Oh, nice. That's a really nice picture. Good action. Good catch. Let me see what the names are. If you get that person's name, it's perfect. That's a really nice shot. Especially for a fair, you get this kind of interaction with somebody. It's really nice to see. Oh, the dancing. That is well composed. I really like that picture. It's more a scene setter. Shows the people in there doing another dancing picture. The other photos much stronger, but these are good. Japan film by who? I don't think these were captioned nor identified. So somebody shot Japan film, and I don't know what it is. PCC counseling. Ooh. What's going on? Maybe the white balance is set to incandescent or outdoor setting, like a straight up sunlight setting. Wouldn't that make photos blue? I don't know. But yep, fix this. Figure it out. Fix this. The ISO is okay. The shutter speed might be a little high for an indoor. You could take that down and get an easier exposure. This may have been just hard to fix because it was underexposed. Definitely pay attention to the exposure settings. There should be something in your camera that's giving you some indicator where the exposure is, especially when you're in manual. I don't know where that is on Canon. It might be on the bottom, and it'll have arrows that point toward highlights, which would be to the right, or shadows, which would be to the left. And if you get to that center dot, where the center dot is illuminated, and no other parts of the arrows are illuminated, then your exposure should be a 50-50 balance. And 50-50 balance is pretty good most of the time. And once you get better at photography and you start learning where exposures shift, you can use those arrows to help you out. But find them, and that may help you. You have to be much more intentional with where you look in your camera rather than just looking through the lens to all the way to your scene. You have to stop and look inside the viewfinder for all the settings, and the settings in there will have an exposure line which will help you guide in the exposure. Yeah, 1/400th gave that photo probably a lot of work to try and get, because there's a lot of noise in the shadows. Yeah. I think this is a photo from Files. We haven't had any elections here. This was, I think, last year in November. It was a big deal. Politics. The politics of pizza. Ragu International Week. This is from Justice. What are we looking at? So we just have a I don't know what this is. This looks like maybe a flyer. This is from Desiree of the Sinners, where she went out and got an image of the marquee at what theater did she give us? The Landmark Theater in Pasadena. And we have reached the end. Right on. Okay, so everybody has seen these. Not bad. You guys did a good job. I mean, the flowers are good for seeing. Way to go in participation. That looks good. The class will not meet on Thursday, so just take a look at this video and post your top photos. Put them in Slack this time. Everybody put a comment in Slack on your top one photo. What's the best one? Pick one. And the rules for this are simple. It can't be your photos. You have to pick someone else's picture as the top photo. You may have the best photo here. Wah wah. Pick the best picture of the bunch. And put it in Slack. And I will watch for them. I will have Slack on my phone, and I will pay attention. Take care.